Part 4 in this module might be the most challenging because an old Spanish grammatical friend is going to come and visit us. There's something interesting that we need to be very aware of. So we have I am here, which is present tense. We have I've been here, which is the past tense. Now, what I would like you to notice is that both of those expressions are coming from the verb to be. So we have I am and I've been. Both of those come under the umbrella of the verb to be. Now, the old friend that's coming to revisit us is this question of ser and estar, because as we know, Spanish has two verbs for to be, ser and estar, which means that I have been or I've been. There are two possible ways to say it, because we could say I have been on the estar side, or we could say it on the ser side. Now, we've already been working a lot with he estado, which is coming from the estar side. But we also have ser. Now, ser is an ER verb, and as we were talking about before, for once it behaves in a regular way when we go to the have past because it takes this ido sound. So been on the ser side is sido. So we have he sido or has sido, ha sido, hemos sido, and han sido. All works in exactly the same way. It's just that now we're on the ser side. So the two ways to say, if we just go in the most simple way to say it, of I've been, could be he estado, I've been, or he sido. Both of them mean I've been. Now, the good news is that most of the time you'll use the estar side, he estado. For example, saying something like I've been here would be he estado aquí, because we're talking about location, and anytime we do that, we're going to be on the estar side, so he estado aquí. Or if we wanted to express something like I've been sad, it would be he estado triste, because now we're expressing something about emotion and mood, something more transitory in its nature. So again, we stay firmly planted in estar, he estado, for I've been. And then we also have all these other ones like I've been with Ing. So I've been talking with him is also on the estar side. He estado hablando con él. Here we have the I've been with any kind of an ing. But now we have to consider other things that can come up in everyday conversation. For example, we could say something like, I am a good father. And for the word father, we're just going to use the common expression of papa. Papa. So, I am a good father. Now we would express that with soy un buen papá, because we're talking about core characteristics, something that identifies us, who we are, that we're a good father. So, soy un buen papá in the present tense. Now, if we were to say something like, I've been a good father, we're still going to stay on that ser side, which means that I've been is now expressed with he sido un buen papá, not he estado. Has to be now he sido, because in the present tense we're talking about identity. Soy un buen papá. So that line doesn't change going down through all the tenses, remains the same. So I've been a good father now in the have past, he sido un buen papá. Don't break the line. If you would use ser or soy in the present tense, then you will also use it in the past tenses. You won't change tracks over to estar. You will stay in ser. So, he sido un buen papá. Here's another one. It's fantastic. So how would you say that it's fantastic? Es fantástico. This is just a general usage of it is or it's. It's fantastic, it's terrible, it's horrible, it's amazing, it's whatever. It's just a general use of it's or it is. And we use ser for those types of things. So the es fantástico, present tense. Now, if we want to say it's been fantastic, again, we do not break the line. We stay on the ser side. So it would be ha sido fantástico and not ha estado fantástico. Let's try this one. It's a pleasure to see you again. A pleasure in Spanish is here un placer. Un placer. So how would you say that? This is present tense. It's a pleasure to see you again. Es un placer verte otra vez. This is just a general it is. It's a pleasure. So therefore we went to es un placer. It's a pleasure. A pleasure what? To see you, verte otra vez. So this is present tense. Now let's try to switch into it's been a pleasure to see you again. How would you say that? Ha sido un placer verte otra vez. So again, you can see how we didn't break the line. If it's ser in the present tense, it will also continue to be ser in the past tense. Let's run through some variations here and see if we uncover any problems. So the first one is, she is a good mother. How would you say that? For the word mother, we'll just use mamá. Es una buena mamá. So this is her identity, part of who she is. She's a good mother. So es una buena mamá on the side of ser. Now, how would you say she was a good mother? This is going to be line past. How would you say that? Era una buena mamá. Again, we're staying on the ser side in the line past. Era, she was a good mother, una buena mamá. Now, she's been a good mother. Ha sido una buena mamá. You see how the line never broke. So, she is a good mother. Ser es una buena mamá. She was a good mother, line past. Era una buena mamá, still on ser. She's been a good mother. Ha sido una buena mamá. Let's switch tracks now over to estar and say she is tired. Está cansada. Okay, present tense. On estar, está cansada. She was tired, line past now. Estaba cansada. She's been tired. Ha estado cansada. Here we have she's been on the estar side. So once again, the line never broke. All the way from the present tense through the line past, or if it was a dot past, no difference. It's going to be still in estar and then into this have passed as well. The line never broke. So I'd like you to be a little bit careful. Again, the good news, point number one, is that most of the time you'll use estar, this estado, to represent being. Just in conversation, it tends to fall or default into that way. So most of the time you'll use estado. But if it's a general use of it is, like it's fantastic or whatever, then you're going to go over to the ser side. And of course, anything to do with identity. These things now, if you're saying been, you're going to use sido and not estado. So, for example, ha sido un buen mamá, this is identity. So, she's been a good mother. Or it's been fantastic, ha sido again, because this is generally es fantástico, so ha sido fantástico. So just watch out for it. 90% of the time you'll use he estado, which is the good news. But every now and again you might get caught out. Just be aware that sometimes you will switch over to he sido or whatever it is for the ser side. On this estar side, we would have all these things like I've been happy, sick, tired, emotional, okay, moods and emotions. And then we also have the ing, I've been traveling, I've been talking, I've been snorkeling, whatever it is. And also with location, I've been here, there, everywhere, right? He estado, that's all location I've been. But there are occasions when you might say, I've been a good father. Now you're talking about something that is to do with identity. So we have to switch to he sido. Or she's been a great mom for the last 10 years, whatever. Okay. Or she's been, perhaps more correct, she's been a great teacher for the last 10 years. Okay. So this is part of her identity, who she is. She's a great teacher. So he sido or ha sido. And of course, then for just general usages of it is, if you say it's fantastic, then you'll say it's been fantastic also on the sido side. But luckily, these examples, they're not as common as the ones we use with estar when we're using this it's been or has been, things like that. So again, just be aware of it.